Hi guys, Chris Voss here from the Chris Voss Show.com. Hey, coming to here with a thing. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with our Periscope feed. There we are. Evidently there's not a lot of people using Periscope, so the audience there needs something to watch. So we're giving it to them. So if you're not following me on Periscope, check that out on Twitter. And of course, you're watching here on the thing. A couple updates I want to talk about. Abby actually is doing better. So if you've seen how upset I've been the past few days, went through a 2 or 3 day ugly time, and she seems to be better. We've been able to pull her out of pain. One thing I want to talk about, I did start a parody account today on Twitter and on Facebook called the Alt-White House, and it's basically a parody of rogue tweets coming out of the White House from subversive resistance types of government staffers that seem to be running accounts. So I've taken, if those are fake accounts, I've taken the fake to the new level. I faked the fake, if you will. But it just gives me a spin to make some commentary that hopefully is humorous or something. Anyway, so funny is fun. Gene, I'm an idiot. Well, there's that. So that's actually probably true in a lot of different ways. So anyway, let's talk about Elon Musk, Uber, and fascism. There's some statements today. What's his face? This Uber CEO finally capitulated. Someone posted to me there's like 200,000 accounts that they lost on Uber to Lyft. I don't know if that's true or not, but it definitely was painful enough to him to have him remove himself from that committee. Elon Musk has come out, the CEO of, I can't remember, it's still too early in the morning for me, that one electric car company, whatever it is. JNC, I am an idiot. I'm also hungover, so there's that. So, I want to say Telestro, but that's not it. Anyway, he's come out and said he's not going to leave the committee from Trump. Now, here's the thing, guys. You all need to go back and study your fascism. You need to learn about fascism in history, okay? So a lot of my friends are going, yeah, we need to keep our enemies closer. We need to stay friends. We need to all come back together, Tesla. Like I said, I am hungover this morning, so there's that. Abby had me a little depressed last night. So, excuse me. So here's the deal, guys. Yeah, we could all be kumbaya and try and be friends with these motherfuckers, but you're dealing with two super fascist, super sociopaths, super narcissists, especially with Bannon, burn the world down, fuck it. He's an anarchist if you've read everything about him. He wants to go to war with China and everything else. You're trying to reason with insanity. One of the things I've always had is the only person stupider than a stupid person is the person who tries to reason with a stupid person. So go back to your history lessons, okay? What people don't understand is right now they even tried, they went to just a huge far realm of blocking people from this country that even had legal green cards. Even right now, they're saying that the department isn't adhering to court orders. So somebody's telling them, no, just go ahead and do it. We don't care. Now, so right now they're putting, in essence, some people, some of the Jews, if you will, the Jews in this case happen to be Muslims from certain countries and refugees, but basically they're putting the Muslims on trains. And so what we're saying is, you know what, we should just try and work with them, and I'm sure they'll put less Jews on trains. And of course I'm using the Jews on trains euphemism from the Hitler era of fascism. And also, basically when I say Jews on trains, I'm meaning the persecution they're doing to refugees and the Muslim ban. So here's the thing. What you don't realize is trying to work with these people isn't working with these people. You cannot change their minds. You ever tried to convince a narcissist to do something different, or a sociopath? Yeah, he's just placating you. See, here's the problem. Like my good friend, he called out a bunch of people for being Trump voters, said, I don't want anything to do with you. Then he apologized, went back to a few of them, said, let's be friends, kumbaya, let's all work together, let's all keep our enemies closer. Well, here's what those people did. They took that and they said, here is a validation. And they used it as a propaganda tool to their base and to acquire for their base that, hey, look, we got the guys on the left to admit that they're wrong and apologize to us and come back to us as friends. There really wasn't a penalty for us being assholes. They just really didn't mean it because they couldn't stick to their guns, and that really wasn't what they meant. They were just kind of angry for a moment and having a little temper tantrum. We made fun of them while they were having that temper tantrum. But now they're back and they're friends with us. So now we're going to use this propaganda to show how they were wrong. Yeah. And that's what people don't realize. These guys are using these little business committees and the committees where they're meeting with people to whitewash and hide what they're doing. Trump's like, yeah, we're going to have like a business thing. We're going to meet every week. It's going to be really constructive. Well, we do whatever the fuck we want to do anyway. You think anybody was going to be able to talk them, Steve Bannon, off the fucking plank with that ban? No, he didn't give a fuck. In fact, he's the one who's making the real decisions. Trump's just out handshaking everybody, being the front for it. Everyone's like, well, Trump is so bad, we can talk to him. I don't know. None of you guys are really meeting with Bannon. He's going to do whatever he wants. I don't know if you saw the other day where he didn't know where Rudy Giuliani is. So this is the problem, guys. If you take your history lessons of fascism and dealing with monsters like this, go back to Hitler, okay? Churchill was the only guy who was saying, we cannot coddle these motherfuckers. We cannot sell auto parts to these motherfuckers. We cannot sell engines to these fuckers. Meanwhile, all the pacifists in England and Ford Motor Company and other companies here, Coca-Cola, were like, well, you know, we heard that they're putting the Jews on trains and taking them to special places where they can all be together, and it's probably okay, and we'll still do business with them because, you know, keep your enemies closer, and maybe we can try and influence them by selling them engine parts, which they'll use in planes to eventually bomb us. Churchill was the only one warning about that. You know, we'll go ahead and still do business with them. And maybe they won't put Jews on trains. Well, guess what? This administration has already proven they're starting to put Jews on trains. People are getting killed, okay, because of this Muslim ban. And if it wasn't for the huge amount of blowback they got off of green card issues, they'd still be banning the green card people. So this is what you're dealing with. And you're telling me that we need to keep our enemies closer. Okay, look, that analogy only works when you're in a den of thieves, like the fucking mafia. Okay? The reason you want to keep your enemies closer is so that they're standing right next to you when you pull out the shiv and stab them in the fucking heart. The reason you want them close is because they won't see you fucking coming. Here's the problem with that analogy. Keep your enemies closer. You won't see when they pull the shiv on you until it's too late. You're basically betting that you can stab faster than they can. But if you're wrong, you're going to be Julius Caesar on the floor of the Roman Senate. Okay? Keep your enemies closer? Yeah. Look how that turned out for him. So, you need to realize that if you want to be like, let's all kumbaya and let's all be friends, those people are using it for propaganda. They're using it to promote their agenda, and you just became a piece of the pie. Look, I used to belong to the Mormon church when I was a kid. I was born into it. I really didn't have a choice. I was just a child. And then very quickly I learned it was bullshit. It was fabricated and made up. And then I left. Now when I left, I didn't take my name off the rolls until like about, I think, 8 years later, 10 years later. And I discovered that the Mormon church uses the names on the rolls as propaganda to get people to join. Even though these people have left the church. I mean, in Utah, the joke is that maybe 50% of the state isn't really Mormon. It's what we call Jack Mormon, people who really just left the church, but they never went to the church and said, get my name off those rolls. Well, here's the problem with that. Church uses that as propaganda to get people to sign up, to get people to join. They go, there's 3 million people in our church. Turns out 4 million of them have left and don't pay dues and don't show up and really don't care. But we're still getting more money and recruitment off of that. That's all those business boards are that Elon, Musk, and what's his face, Kevin from Uber are on. That's all they are. They're just whitewashing bleach fronts to go, hey, you know what? We're trying to make friends with everybody and work with everybody. In the meantime, we're going to do whatever the fuck we want. Okay? Especially with this new thing that he's put out where he wants to overthrow the Johnson Amendment, where churches can now take and fund political campaigns. Do you see what that is? That's guaranteeing that GOP is going to have corporations and church-funded election wins for the next 100 billion years. Okay? He gets that baby overturned, he's going to win another election, and he's going to pull the prime minister stunt that Putin pulled and a bunch of third world things. So I implore you to go back and read your fascist history. Mussolini, fucking Hitler. There was 1 million of these companies that did business with Hitler. Well, he was putting Jews into persecution. He was putting them on the trains and sending them to camps because it was all going to work. And all these companies were going, well, we should work with the Nazis, so they put less Jews on trains. So they persecute less people. If we work with them, maybe less people will die. People are still going to die, dipshit. That's what we're protesting. And when you cross the fucking picket line and go, well, I should keep my fucking friends closer, you're joining the fucking whitewash. You're joining the fucking pretense that they're actually going to give a shit. And they're not, because Hitler's still going to fucking do what Hitler fucking wants to do, and Hitler did. And what you did by helping them whitewash, by being their friends, by being closer to them, you helped them build the fucking machine that they came to kill you with. Study what happened in Europe. This is the classic Churchill story. England was selling auto parts and engines for the fucking planes that would eventually bomb England to fucking Hitler. And Churchill's going, holy fucking shit, what are we doing? This guy's going to use these fucking engine parts and shit to fucking kill us. And we're selling him the shit he's going to kill us with. He was the only one doing that. The whole British government was like, we'll make some money off it. Probably can't hurt. We should all kumbaya and work fucking together. Keep your enemies closer. I mean, what are they going to do? Stab you? So listen, Julius Caesar. You need to check your fucking fascism. You need to check it and learn it. Because these guys don't give a shit. Look at the order that they did. Look at the order that they're preparing for religious freedom that evidently is going to create just more discrimination for the LGBT. The draft came out. It's running around somewhere. These guys don't give a fuck. They're going to do their agenda, and they're going to hard roll it either way. You're trying to say, I'm going to reason with unreasonable people. You're in the insane asylum. Okay, you ever remember, what was that one movie? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Okay, you're Jack Nicholson trying to fucking reason with the crazy people. Okay, they're fucking crazy. You know who's crazier than a crazy person? The person who tries to reason with the crazy person. That's fucking insane. So, you can't fix stupid. The only way you can hurt these people is you've got to go after what motivates them. What motivates them? Money. Now, problem with Bannon is, I don't think money motivates Bannon. Power motivates Bannon. He's a classic hardline politician where it's all about ego, it's all about power, and it's all about him exerting his will how he wants. This guy, the reason I created the alt-White House site, is because this is the alt-White House. Okay? How many black people are in the how many black people are in the White House Committee thing? There's that one guy who ran for president, the heart surgeon or whatever, who's running HUD, I guess. Has he been appointed? But that's about it. How many Mexicans do you see in there? Hispanics? People of any other nationality other than white. In fact, there's only a couple women, I think. Hold on. Is there only one woman? No, there's DeVos if she gets approved. So go back and study all the companies that supported Hitler back in his rise and said, oh, we should be friends with the Nazis. We can get them to kill less Jews if we're friends with them. Let's go ahead and sell them auto parts that they'll probably use to kill us in the end. Bannon wants to go to war with China. He's predicted a war in the Middle East. Not less than 9 months ago. Okay? Not less than 9 months ago. This is still his fucking boner, is those islands in China. We are selling him, by being his friends and trying to support him in some way, the engines that he will use to probably fucking kill all of us if we go to war with China. And last time I checked, they had us beat by a few fucking billion people over there. So they can just overrun the country if they really fucking wanted to. Thank God they don't have the military for it, or at least not the, well, they do have the military, but they don't have, like, you know, they only have one, what is it, airline thing where the shit goes off the boats. I'm still hungover. So the rabbit hole goes a lot deeper. Good point, Niles. Niall Flores. I got the answers there. I only got one contact in, so I'm not seeing too well. My apologies, Niall. So yeah, what these people respond to is boycotts. So I put up the thing, and this has been happening. This has been working. It's working with Nordstrom. Nordstrom recently dumped the Ivanka line. There's the thing, I can't see, it's behind the screen here, but there's the Grab Your Wallet. It's a spin-off of Grab Your Pussy. It's the Grab Your Wallet hashtag on Twitter. And what they're doing is they're using to pressurize companies, the advertisers. We need to go after the advertisers that are working with these guys. We need to go after every place that sells the Trump brand. We need to boycott everything that's Trump needs to be boycotted by us. 20% of this country voted for that president, which means there's 80% of us that can have a lot of fucking power if we boycott shit. So we need to go after all the Trump brands. We need to Twitter online, Twitter on social media. Put the pressure on these advertisers. I want somebody to find me who is the service for the ads on Breitbart. We need to go after whoever's got ads on Breitbart. This is how you get shit done when you're consumers like us. This is how you get change done. Now, will it fully change what Bannon's going to do? No, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if Breitbart gets shut down tomorrow. It's all about power. Trump, it's more about money for him. But if he sees that his brand is being destroyed to where there's nothing left for him when he gets fucking out of office in 4 years, he might think a little twice about it. And he might go, well, you know what? Brandon's really fucking me with his bullshit. So, not whitewashing these people, not coddling them, not fucking going, well, I'll just do whatever. You know, I don't know if you've ever, my friends that are doing this, that are going, well, we should all be friends and kumbaya. We should keep our enemies closer. You guys, have you ever been to a domestic violence courtroom? You ever seen what that's fucking like? You ever watch people on cops in domestic violence situations where the wife is covered in fucking bruises with 2 fucking black eyes because he beat the shit out of her last night in their trailer home? And the cops are going, well, you know, do you want to press charges? And she's like, well, no. When he doesn't beat me, he's really loving and he's really nice. And, you know, just on the weekends he gets a little drunk and beats the shit out of me, but I still love him, and I try to love him, and we have kids together, and so we're all trying to get along, and he's going to beat me next Friday, and he's going to beat me the Friday after that, and he's going to beat me the next Friday, and one of these times he's going to beat me till I'm fucking dead, but I love him, and I want to just try and hold us together, because we're all Americans. We need to be together in the same mobile home until one of us fucking kills each other. It's fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. I've been in domestic violence courtrooms. I used to get a lot of speeding tickets in Utah when I had my BMWs. I've told that story. And I would appeal them because my problem was every time I got 3 tickets of speeding, and I would get that a lot, they would want to suspend my license and my insurance and all that shit. So what I would do is I would appeal the fuck out of them until I couldn't appeal them anymore. And it would take like 3 years, usually 2.5 years to appeal them. And then by the time I lost the final appeal, it would go in place. Interestingly enough, though, Chris Voss is very smart. The ticket would go in place 3 years earlier from when I lost my final appeal. And so thereby I was able to stagger them. You learn a lot when you fucking learn law. So so it would be on my record for like 6 months. And then it would disappear. And then I just had to kind of quit driving fast like an asshole. So anyway, but then I also moved to another state where they don't make a living off of tickets. My point here is that when I used to appeal these tickets, they would always stick me in domestic violence courts for the appeal. They were always trying to find places they could appeal in. So they would send me to domestic violence courts. So it was really shitty because my name's Voss. And they would always alphabeticalize the names on the docket. So I'd always be last. So I ended up sitting in quite a few domestic violence courts because of my speeding tickets. And it was the most amazing fucking thing to watch. Because the judge would be there saying to the woman, who still was fucking bruised, and their husband's in shackles in an orange jumpsuit. And I even saw a couple women that had beat the shit out of men that were in orange jumpsuits. And their men were like, oh, I don't know, I love her, and I'm just trying. And the judge is like, look, honey, you got to prosecute this motherfucker because he's a piece of shit. Well, I don't really want to prosecute him. You know, we got a family and we're all trying to get along. He's going to beat you next Friday. And he's going to beat you the Friday after that and the Friday after that. And he's probably going to fucking kill you one night because that's how they do. Well, you know, I love him and we're all just trying to get the fuck along. That's what you sound like when you pull this bullshit where you're like, well, we should keep our enemies closer. Yeah. That makes no fucking sense. It's a movie line from the mafia. If you're in the mafia or if you're in a prison, that probably works. But guess what? You better be faster with your shiv than they are with theirs. And last time I checked, Bannon's got all the shivs. So good luck with that. So study your fascism, people. This is what is upon us. Okay? Elon Musk and what's his face from Uber being on that board, Travis. Not Kevin, Travis. Hangovers are bad. Being on that board, did that stop them from doing the Muslim ban? Did that stop people from dying? No, it didn't. Because they're going to do whatever the fuck they want anyway. And they've already shown that they're not going to run it by anybody. They didn't even run it by the Congress. They didn't even get with fucking what's-his-face and go, who runs the Republicans, and go, hey, this is what we're going to do. They just fucking did it. And that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with people that are so fucking ruthless and so much going to do their fucking agenda that they don't give a fuck. They're not going to come to Elon Musk in a little business thing and go, hey, Elon, we're thinking about destroying LGBT rights, and we're thinking about making it so that Christian groups and Christian places to eat can go ahead and kick LGBT people out of this thing. What's going to happen when we put this in force is you're probably going to see more stuff like, you know, that Wyoming thing where they took gay people behind a truck and dragged them for a few miles until they fucking died. You're going to see a whole new level of persecution for LGBT coming out. Hey, we just want to know what you think. Anyone who's this fucking evil to come up with this bullshit, we're going to pretend like we actually give a shit what you think. Because we don't care. We're going to fuck those people. And if you think we care what you think, we're going to fuck you too. And you're going to like it. So, there's that. In fact, you want another analogy? Here's another analogy of keeping your friends closer. This is like basically saying, you know what? Big Bubba raped me in my prison cell the other day. And I don't want him raping me again. So instead of being enemies with him, I'm just going to try and be his friend and be nice to him so he won't rape me again. Yeah. So let me know how that fucking works out. Big Bubba's going, oh, he's my bitch now. Let's fucking rape him some more. This is what you're fucking dealing with. You are dealing with a mindset and a fascist thing. This is the problem with liberals and Democrats, and this is why we get fucked, is because we do this kumbaya shit. Well, we care about people. We care about the Jews that are being put on the trains. We care about the refugees, and oh, we got to be bleeding heart for the fucking guys that are fucking whacking people, killing people, you know? They're serial killers, but, you know, we got to love them too. Bull fucking shit. You got to hit these people where it fucking hurts, if you can hit them at all. Because I don't know how you're going to get to Bannon. The only way you're going to get to Bannon is to show that Trump's brand is going to go in the toilet and there's not going to be a company in 4 years. That's how you get to Trump. That's totally how you're going to get to Trump, is you show him that he's losing everything. And he still can. So it's up to us as consumers to boycott it. So when you see your bleeding heart liberal friends going, oh, kumbaya, realize you're just being used as whitewashed window dressing for the chopping butchery that's going on behind that window. You're just the clean white sheet that goes over the front of the butcher shop while they carve fucking up the meat. Okay? And you're like, oh, I'm sure that I'm making it so they're thinking about what they're doing when they're fucking carving the fuck out of everything. Bullshit. Those people, the more they look at you and go, these fucking bleeding heart liberals, oh my God, we fucking played the shit up. And look at us, they come at us, they want to hug, they want to hold us, they want some love with us, and we're still fucking them in the ass. We're still fucking, and they're thanking us for it. And they're like, well, you know, you fucked us in the ass and raped us, but, you know, can we still be friends? That's basically what you guys are doing. Knock it the fuck off. You need to ask yourself, why am I motivated to do this? And I realize the problem I have with dealing with people like this that are evil is I'm not evil. And so I project onto them my belief that, you know what, there's probably some good in them. You know what, they're probably reasonableness because I'm reasonable. They're reasonable. I've dealt with this with stupid people. By no means am I brilliant or super intelligent in any way, shape, or form. Well, I think we've clarified that for years, or most of my life. But there are people I'm smarter than. I know that for a fact. So there's people that I always walk around with this belief that everyone's at least as smart as I am. At the very least, not to imply that I'm intelligent, but at the very least, whatever level I'm at of stupidity, at least everyone is as dumb as I am, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I've always walked around this belief, which makes it really hard for me when I meet fucking stupid people that are so fucking dumb, they can't even see, you know, they're just dumb. It's the Dunbar, whatchamacallit, Kruger-Dunbar effect. And it has the hardest time for me to do that because the problem is I'm trying to see through my rosy lens of let's be reasonable, let's be decent, let's care about other people. These people don't give a fuck. And you need to understand what lens they're coming from. And they don't give a shit who they fuck to do what they want. Because what they want to do is do what they want. And they're going to do it whether you like it or not. And there's no reasoning with that. You can't fix stupid. There's a reason you can't fix stupid. It's because what did I say? The Dunning effect or the Dunning effect? You can look it up. Durham effect? I forget. I'm probably just so dumb I can't remember these things right now. Hangovers are a bitch. So here's what you need to do. You need to resist. You need to fight. You need to show other people that you're not going to be used as propaganda. Because here's the problem. Those guys are looking at Elon Musk and going, see, look, we got the stupid fucking liberal. Yeah, he's going to hug us and be friends. He thinks that he's going to change our mind on shit. Hey, smile for the fucking people. Smile for all people on the right so that we can go, look at this motherfucker. Yeah, because we give a shit about what he thinks. And hey, all you people on the left, Look, look, we got our hand around Elon Musk. So it's okay not to hate us as much and rebel against us and don't resist us as much because you like this guy. He's your fucking God, right? This guy's your fucking God, Elon Musk? Oh, yeah, well, he's with us. So why don't you just come on over? Just protest less. Just resist less because we have your shining fucking God right here and he's in bed with fucking us. You see the problem with that fucking deal? You see how that's used as propaganda? That is a propaganda fucking thing. Same thing with Churchill, same thing with England, and the companies in the US that were selling shit to help build the Hitler war machine that they didn't change his mind at all. You think Ford changed his mind? And he was like, well, Coca-Cola just called and said they won't sell pop to us Nazis anymore because of what we're doing to the Jews. Huh, maybe we should quit persecuting the Jews. No, fuck that. Let's start Fanta and fucking kill more Jews. It didn't work then. What makes you think it's going to work now? This, again, is the fucking problem with the bleeding heart liberals that are pulling this bullshit that are going, well, let's all just be fucking friends. Let's all just get along. This is the fucking problem. These people are going to do what they fucking want to do anyway. The problem with man is man never learns from his history. Never learns from his history. And what we are doing as bleeding heart liberals is going, let's see, we got some fascists again, and they're going to probably kill people and destroy people. And it looks like they're doing that now with the Muslim ban. Okay, so they'll probably do something different this time other than killing people, even though they're already killing people en masse and discriminating and persecuting them. So what we should do is do the same thing we did with Hitler as corporations. We should just coddle him. And then maybe he'll do something different this time. Maybe after tens of thousands of years of human history, the result will be this different in dealing with a fascist. We're so fucking stupid, we're playing into the fucking hand again. And that's really what's fucking going on right now. We do not need to coddle these people. We do not need to hug them. We do not need to be their friends. There needs to be punishment for bad behavior, for the persecution and destruction of people, and decency. And they have to be punished. Now, they don't have to be punished in a violent sort of way. They have to be punished at their wallet, at their pocketbook, in public, in embarrassment, in knowing that, in having us declare that what they're doing is wrong. Okay? It's like being the parent of the shit child. You ever watch that show with the nanny? What was it? The nanny that would come in and the parents had these out of control fucking children because they just weren't doing their job as parents and kicking ass. And so the children were just running roughshod over them. They're just like, hey, fuck you, mom. Hey, fuck you, dad. And they're like, well, we love you. We're all just, let's all kumbaya. No. How that situation got fixed is the nanny would come in and be like, motherfuckers, you do it my way or there's punishment. You get put in the corner, or, your toys taken away, you get chores, all that stuff, okay? And guess what? Us kids lined up, they went, oh, we better get on our better behavior, Even Trump has shown a little bit of this where he's backed off a little bit. It's been said that LGBT religious freedom EO has now been kind of fallen back. That's a rumor. I don't know if that's true, but they've kind of pulled back from it because they realize they're pissing off way too many people way too quickly. And the way to boil a frog is not throw the frog into boiling water. You put the frog in lukewarm water and slowly turn up the heat because he's going to be a fucking leftist pacifist who goes, well, the water's really not that hot yet. I suppose I can stay in here for a while. Then he wakes up one day and he's fucking... And if you think Elon Musk, if you think that fucking Donald Trump is going to sit in front of Elon Musk and Bannon, and Elon Musk is going to go, hey man, we're killing a lot of the Muslims on the Muslim ban. You think we could pull that back because it's hurting my business? People are, not happy about it. And they're going to be like, yeah, that's a great idea. You know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do, Elon? me and Steve are going to go back and talk about that. And then they're going to go back to the office and be like, hey, Department of Homeland, yeah, just disregard all the court orders. Fuck it. Yeah, just, if they got green cards, still hold them up. Because you know what happened today? The chancellor of, I can't remember where it was, but the chancellor of one of the major countries, the fucking guy who runs the fucking country, got held up today and got put in a green room at the airport for 40 minutes. He had a diplomatic goddamn visa. Do you understand what a diplomatic visa is? Those guys are like fucking untouchable. They can like kill people here, and we can put them in jail, kinda, but we basically just have to send them back to their country. He's got a diplomatic fucking visa, and they still held him. If they're still doing this bullshit in violation of court orders, what else are they fucking doing? And Elon Musk isn't doing anything. I would like Elon Musk to start meeting with some of the people, like that one guy, the interpreter in, I believe it's Detroit, where his mom died. Why doesn't he go talk to that guy? See what that guy thinks about him being on the board. You know, this is the real deal, okay? This is the reason Travis stepped down from Uber, because we protested, we made him pay for it. Now, Elon Musk hasn't had that happen yet, but I guarantee motherfucking to you, you start calling up and asking for your SpaceX money back, you start asking for your reservations on Teslas back, okay? That shit's gonna fucking change really fucking quick. So, what we need to do is punishment and behavior change punishment, okay? We gotta go, you know what? If you're gonna do this shit, we're gonna punish it. We're gonna protest, we're gonna resist, we're gonna hurt your businesses where your money is, and you're gonna go, oh, maybe I shouldn't be such an asshole. Because that's the only thing these people get, is go after their money, go after their power. And until then, you got nothing. I don't know if you haven't been watching the confirmation hearings. Democrats got nothing. They got nothing. These guys can do whatever the fuck they want. So you know, the only people who have power right now is us, the consumer. It's up to us to fucking save America. And this is why I'm tired of seeing on Facebook and seeing these people go, I'm tired of all the politics. I want my fucking radio fucking tires in my living room and my lazy boy and my TV and leave me alone. That's all I want. You know, that scene from fucking Network. No, we need people to go, I'm angry and I'm not going to fucking take it anymore. And they need to hear that fucking message. Everyone needs to go to their window and scream that shit out. Social media, etc., etc. Everyone needs to fucking resist, because that's the only thing they're going to fucking get. And if you think a bunch of bleeding heart liberals are going to go up to fucking Ben and be like, hey, you know what? I want to be your friend, and I didn't like how you fucked me in the ass, but can you not fuck me in the ass anymore? Yeah, try that in prison, see how that works for you. So do something, resist. And if you got bleeding heart liberal friends that just want to bleed, okay, great. Try and talk some sense into them. But they're going to learn the hard way, because we're all going to get fucked, including the Trump voters. They're going to get fucked too. They're going to get fucked the hardest. There's a bunch of those coal people that sadly are on Obamacare. And if you haven't checked lately, there's no replacement. Nobody's got anything. 8 years, 6 years, 8 years, whatever. GOP still has nothing. They don't have anything because they don't want anything. They just don't want to pay for it, and they don't want to give a fuck. It's, once again, persecution of the poor. And they don't want those poor people healthy enough to show up at voting booths in 4 years, because they know who those people are. Anyway, it's like choosing to keep your pants hanging low in prison. That's a good one now. Super Nanny. Yeah, the show is Super Nanny. So anyway, I'm going to go drink some more coffee and try and get this hangover done. I've got to block whoever that first person was who said I'm an idiot. I mean, that is true, but obviously it's someone who has Donald Trump's balls pressed up against their chin. So anyway, I'm going to cut this and put it up on YouTube, and hopefully I didn't swear too much or YouTube blocks it. But tell your friends this, okay? I see a lot of my friends that are reposting this stuff, and we're all having this argument, okay? He's putting the Jews on trains right now. He's putting the Jews on trains with the Muslim ban, and the LGBT thing he's going to do too as well. People are going to die. People are going to get hurt. People have died already. And to think that you're going to go negotiate less people dying, that's just insane. That's just fucking insane. It's like trying to negotiate with the Japanese, who are like, you know what? We're going to send everybody kamikaze to kill you. We have the whole nation that they will just come and kill you. You know what the only thing that stopped the Japanese was? 2 nuclear bombs. And even the first one didn't stop them. The first one, they're kind of like, that was pretty bad. Fuck. Still fucking kill Americans. And then they go, let's show them we got more. And they dropped the second one. And then the Japanese government went, well, maybe this suicidal fucking go at it shit isn't so bad. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't get the LGBTQ. I've seen them where they're longer. I'm speaking to everybody in that community. Let's just put that out there. I fully support them. And I'm sorry if I don't get your things right. The gay community from what it was when I grew up. So I'm not meaning to assault you with that, but I fully support you. And I'm really worried of what they're going to do to you, because I have a lot of my LGBT friends that sent me their things of their cars being spray painted, their windshields smashed in, their property damaged, hate speech being sprayed upon their property right after the Trump election. It was very real. And just like that white supremacist you saw in Canada who went and killed a bunch of people at that mosque, it's amazing that story isn't running more. I guess if it happens in Canada, it's not that big of a deal, according to our news sources. I don't know why that's not a giant fucking story right now. Whenever a white guy kills a bunch of people here in America, that shit runs all fucking week on CNN. But we've already forgotten about that. But more of that shit's going to happen. If that LGBT drops, you're going to see a bunch of gay people get fucking slaughtered. And it's going to be the most sickest, saddest thing ever. And it's going to come out of that. And there's going to be more of it. These people are feeling very emboldened, okay? And hugging them and telling them you love them and let's just be friends so that I can influence you, that's just stupid. You know, I used to read about, when I was a kid, I used to read about the people who begged for help and ended up living. I think they got away from who was a serial killer in the 70s with the Beetle. I forget his name, but he killed a bunch of women. Same thing with the people who survived Jeffrey Dahmer, the last person who survived him. They begged, they pleaded, they tried everything they could. These people were bent on doing what they were going to do. And Bannon's already got his fucking agenda, and he's already lined it up. And he's all about fucking power. And if you think you're going to talk some sense into that fucking man, you are fucking out of control. Because he has all the power, and you have very little or none, except to influence the market and get the market to influence them. And this is the other thing too, is this is the reason we need to support bands like this, Grab Your Wallet, is because we need to go after these companies and let them know that they cannot support Hitler either. We are not going to support it. They are not going to support it. And if they do, they're going to get punished as well, because they will be the whitewashing that makes it so these guys can do whatever. And if we get enough people on board, we can make a fucking difference. But until we make our voices heard, and until we go, well, I don't want to deal with it, I just want to hold people and be lovey and watch my TVs, they're going to roughshod over fucking everything. So, here's what you do. You start going after Tesla. Sorry. Because guess what? Donald Trump and Banner are going after Tesla anyway. Especially with them laying new oil pipelines and stuff. All that fucking solar utopia that you guys are buying those cars on and going, oh, everything's going to be solar. Fuck that. They're probably going to, Trump's in bed with fucking Ford. I mean, he's done so many tweets about Ford. I'm not sure the two of them aren't sleeping together. Okay? And last time I checked, Ford and GM and Chrysler are all putting the leverage on Tesla, so they can't open franchises in states to compete with them to sell Teslas. And that's probably the reason Elon's trying to keep that relationship going. So they're probably going to do something to fuck him anyway. They already kind of are, because they're bringing oil back. And they're going to shit on solar, I'm sure, somewhere here in the future. They're probably going to come with some kind of fucking tax to put him out of business. And all that good stuff. So, like I said, what we got to do is go fucking after him. Yeah, Cecilia's got a good point. Cecilia Sherrard. Am I saying that correctly? Unfollow Trump. Yeah. Don't follow him on his social media. It's why I didn't watch the inauguration, because I knew that motherfucker the next day would be bragging about how many people watched it. I was not going to give him my number. The same reason when I left the church and I said, I take my name off the rolls, because you will not use my name for propaganda to whitewash what you doing is right. Take my name off that fucking list, because I don't want to be used as propaganda. So make the decision, if you're a bleeding heart liberal, that you're going to be used as propaganda, and they're going to take you, and you're going to be their shining bitch boy, like what they're doing with Elon right now, and go, look, we found someone to love us from the left. He's your God, and all you guys like him. So we have your symbol here that you guys fucking pray to, and he's being our friend. So now you're going to be our friend. And what we're going to do is, on the right, we're all sitting going to have a fucking laugh at how fucking lemmings the rest of you motherfuckers are. Yeah, they're fucking laughing over there. They're fucking laughing because you got played. Anyway, keep your enemies closer. Tell that to Julius fucking Caesar. See how that worked out for him. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for sticking with the rant. Those of you who support Chris Voss, the Chris Voss Show, and all that good stuff. Resist. Go to your windows. Scream, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. Don't go into that dark night quietly.